Rangers coverage at 7:30 on NESN.
Twice the Red Sox have had the lead. On each occasion, the Yankees have scored a run to tie it. David Wells now even at 2-2. His first pitch of the sixth, the ball to Kevin Millar. Millar, Ortiz, and Bill Miller coming up. Kevin is 0 for 2. Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy, Dan Roach patrolling the stands, and we're pleased to welcome to the booth WBZ4 and UPN 38 meteorologist Ed Carroll. Ed, thank you for the visit and for the very nice night.
This is great. This is a pleasure to be up here, promote the weather station, and hopefully get Joe Shortsleeve a Rem Dog t-shirt, from what I understand. He wanted me to come down and see if I can get one for you guys.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'd have known that. I'd have brought another one.
He's a neighbor, isn't he? Joe Shortsleeve?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, today he was out.
USA with you?
Yeah. He was out today putting that like blacktop on his driveway. Yeah. I drove by. I saw him doing that.
He's a regular Joe.
Did you tell him how you do it? You call other people.
That's what he should do. He's making the big bucks over there, right?
He is. As they all are. Ed, Ted, Sarah, they're all
nice night.
Swimming in cash.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Now, how often as you walk around town do people credit you for nice weather, but more importantly blame you when the weather is terrible?
It's probably more apt that they blame me for bad weather, but it was nice to walk around. The crowd was great outside tonight. A beautiful night. Some Yankees in town for the series. The people really enjoyed it. You get a chance to see our weather station in progress here. You guys were giving it a hard time during your Jays series.
We actually like it.
You do. I know.
As you know, Jerry is a
weather buff.
He is a wannabe weatherman. On the previous station run, he actually did the weather. And how does our weather center work? I mean, well, this is because this is legit now. We have accurate readings right here in the back of our booth.
People can log into WBZ4.com, click on the Red Sox logo, and they can get their local conditions here at Fenway Park, forecast for the game that night. It's a great feature.
Millar stays alive. Adam just brought us the updated conditions. Now that's out on the right field.
Yeah. You get the wind direction anemometer. You get the temperature gauge.
What's this?
That's an anemometer.
Okay, and this.
That's probably got the little thermometer. Look at you got the telestrator going there, Jerry. That's great. I wish I could do that.
The weather strator, let's call it tonight. Right now 78 degrees outside, so it's cooled off a few degrees. 52% humidity. 80% heat index. What does that mean?
The heat index, that's when you just put the humidity and the air temperature together. It's almost like a wind chill factor in reverse. So it feels like it's 78 degrees outside.
It's going to be more humid over the weekend.
It is.
And hot.
And hot, near 90. Ooh. Yep. Wind's blowing out, hopefully. That's when, you know, if you check in on WBZ4.com, click on the old logo there. If the wind is blowing southwest, it blows from the plate toward left field, so it helps the right-handed batters.
Now, what about the effect of humidity on a ball in flight?
Well, if it's warm and it's humid, the ball will carry a lot farther. So that's why they had huge scores the last few days or so.
Oh, that was a borderline strike, one of the very few called by Dana DeMuth tonight. Millar didn't like it and said something as he walked off. That's the third strikeout of the night for Wells, and Grady Little agitated. Dana DeMuth, to his credit, is at a very consistently tight strike zone. This doesn't seem to fit in with what he's been calling all night.
You're exactly right, Sean. You know, there have been a couple of pitches that Pedro's had on, we think have been on the corners that have not been called strike. That ball up and in on Millar, but called a strike by DeMuth. So right now the feeling in the Red Sox dugout is, hey, this isn't quite a level playing field right now.
David Ortiz, the batter. I think it also looked worse, Jerry, because he missed the target by so much, did Wells. Posada had to move that mid a long way, which generally makes it look bad, even if it is, in fact, over the plate and a strike.
Well, and I'm glad you said that about the humidity, because I've been saying that for years. And then someone come out and said, well, it makes no difference whether it's humid. As a matter of fact, the ball doesn't travel as well with it's humid. I didn't buy that.
It's actually more to the air temperature. The warmer it is, it's less dense, so it's going to get a lot more fly. But if it gets real sticky, I mean, I don't know how much that knocks the ball down, but I think it flies farther if it's real hot and humid.
Always has at this park. Always has at this park.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Ball in the dirt. And he gets Fenway much? I know you're a busy man over there in the weather office.
Well, I'm always playing. Every time I see Bob Lavelle down here doing the sports, I say, hey, can I tag along and do a weathercast from down here? But it's a great venue to come down, especially if you watch batting practice, that kind of thing. So I come down every once in a while, see if I can get out the bleachers or hang out with you guys. This is a much better view from up here.
And we have all the equipment you might need.
Absolutely.
You have so many bells and whistles back there now. I'm sure our setup here is kind of primitive compared to what you have back at the flagship.
This is as good as you need it. Air temperature, humidity, heat index.
It's left out.
Barometer going up and down.
Rise from 30.2.
That's good news. Barometer goes up, feels better. Looks better.
Looks better.
Yeah.
Dew point 59%. Now that's sort of.
That's just a measure of how much moisture's in the atmosphere. You don't want to get caught up in humidity, that kind of thing. That number goes up, it feels more humid. It goes down, it gets drier.
So it's 59.
Very simple.
Where is that?
59, it starts to put 60 degrees. It feels humid. If it pushes 70, it's oppressively humid. Just a sliding scale.
Well, we'll get some of that down in Texas next week.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's good, because now we don't need Ed here to use this contraption later in the season.
Do it on your own.
We don't have to speculate about whether that means it's humid or not. We know.
Right.
The 2-2 is foul.
Now, you were a basketball player, right?
I played at Plymouth State College for
Okay,
4 years, yeah. Still hold the rebounding record, 24 rebounds in one game.
I thought I heard that on the news one night. Yep.
Yeah.
24 in a game.
Yeah, 18 defensive boards against Plattsburgh State, powerhouse out of New York State.
Yeah.
Division III.
You must be a great practitioner of that textbook box out.
Boxing out, yeah.
Hit on the ground to second. Soriano threw him out. Friday night.
Next game on Nesson will be Tuesday night on the road in Texas. Tim Wakefield on the hill for that one. We'll have the Boston Globe pregame report at 7:30. But now back to Fenway. It's Sean and Jerry.
All right, let's get to the hard-hitting questions. Is it true Ted and Sarah really don't like each other?
They love each other. They get along very well.
You can tell. We're trying to
Absolutely.
stir something up.
No,
here.
no, you're
It's
never
just
going to get
all
that.
love and hearts and flowers.
It
over
is.
there.
It's you know, it's a great place to work. It really is. UPN and Channel 4. And I wouldn't say just because I'm on television across the country right now. This is legit.
Wow, are you?
You're not going to get anything out of me.
Well, Ed Goldman is here tonight too.
Yeah, join a game. Yep.
I don't think anybody's back there working. Steve Burton's here tonight. Bob Lobel's walking around.
We may just do the whole newscast from down here right after the game, right on second base. That'd be a great deal.
Miller has singled and scored and fly to center. 2-2 game, 2 outs, bases empty in the 6th. And a pop up along the line and into foul ground, and Soriano lost the ball. He got nudged a bit by Johnson and could not corral it. Tough play. They both had a long way to go, running at a tough angle. It looked like perhaps without the little bit of a grazing from Johnson, Soriano might have been able to hang on to that one.
Most first basemen don't cover this much ground as they go down that right field line, and you're right. I think he interfered just a bit with Soriano. That's usually the second baseman's ball, and you don't see a first baseman that far down there trying to make a play.
Well, they've charged Soriano with an error. I can't believe that, Jerry.
Well, you know what happens again, Sean? We've been talking weather. I mean, that breeze, when it's blowing out toward center field here at Fenway, it's going to bring the ball back toward foul territory. Excuse me, fair territory. And I think that happened right there with Soriano.
So blame Ed for the error.
So you
what
tie that in?
Soriano's going to do. Shut off that darn wind. I mean, that's an awfully tough error, don't you think? I mean, he had a long way to go. It's in foul ground. The first baseman brushed him a little bit.
That's nowhere near being anything routine, that's for sure.
3-1 to Miller. Fouled back. He chased ball 4 high. And a full count.
You know what's great to see too is you guys doing the old box scores here.
Oh yeah, we
my dad used to
Jerry's you can't read, but you can get it on his website.
Sure.
And
Dan Roach was helping me do a little bit of that.
Really?
I forgot.
You don't know how to keep score?
Well, I did with 3rd, 4th grade. Then it's like a language. You stop using it, and you forget how to do it. Danny's great at it.
Well, I know some of you weather people like to, like draw on the maps and arrows and highs and lows and all kinds.
It's all computer generated now, though. You guys are still doing this by longhand. This is great. I mean,
yeah, there are announcers who keep score of the game in the booth on a computer, but not many.
No, you guys should stick to the old school.
It worked for Mel Allen and Kurt Gowdy, Ed, it's good enough for us, that's for sure. Ball 4 inside. Miller walks, a 2-out base runner for the Red Sox. The 3rd walk given up by Wells, so an unusually high total for Wells again against the Red Sox.
And that's kind of a typical Bill Miller at bat right there. Make David Wells throw a lot of pitches. He caught the break with the foul ball being dropped and eventually draws the 2-out walk. Both Red Sox runs tonight have come with 2 outs in the inning.
Are you forecasting another 2-out run here?
First 2 innings with snail's pace. Now we've picked up a little speed here.
A little speed, a little velocity. Tried Nixon is singled and fly to center. Takes a rolling breaking ball outside and low.
I absolutely hate the winter. I can't stand the winter, but I love the storm alerts. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I get all fired up.
The weather people live for the bad weather. Let's admit it. I mean, you don't like this. You like.
Well, I love snowstorms and thunderstorms. There's nothing better in New England. Absolutely. The sky gets dark.
Well, we were getting really tired of watching you night after night tell us it was going to rain and be cold, rain and be cold.
Summer started in July.
Spring here. Mindless and nice weather.
2-0 the count.
Well, advantage here goes to Nixon. Wells falling behind 2-0. Trot can pretty much look in a certain zone for this 2-0 pitch.
Wells with pitch number 103 of the night. That's ball 3. Well, do you let him swing, Jerry, as hot as he's been, or do you hope to push this runner in a scoring position by a walk?
I would not. I'd have him taking here. You got Veritek on deck. If there is a walk, Veritek's handled very well during his career. Watch him swing down and hit a home run. It's like being a weatherman.
Just guess.
He takes all the way. It's a strike at the knees.
You got to figure the 3-1 pitch is going to be as good as the 3-0 pitch. Give him a chance to walk him.
There's Jesse Orozco, just acquired by the Yankees a couple of days ago. 46-year-old lefty, warming up in their bullpen.
Flash in the pass, ball in net.
Yeah, I think he broke in before Jerry. 3-1 pitch is inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Ed, thank you so much for the visit.
Okay, guys.
And
Sean, good to see you.
Work now. You're going to have a good roll here with the weather, so keep that.
We'll see if we keep it dry tonight. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate it, pal. Okay. That's Ed Carroll, meteorologist from WBZ4 and UPN 38. And on the way to the mound is Mel Stottlemyre. .105 pitches now for Wells. Two game, and Wells had been breezing right along, Jerry. He'd retired 4 in a row, and like Pedro, really very few problems since the first 2 innings.
Now very tough at bat by Bill Miller. Made him throw a lot of pitches. Ends up walking the left-handed Trot Nixon, and right now Stottlemyre trying to give Wells the breather out there. Jesse Orozco continues to loosen.
Apparently the Red Sox really wanted, rather the Yankees wanted Scott Sauerbeck from Pittsburgh, and we're dismayed that the Red Sox were able to acquire Sauerbeck. You have to think as each team added a lefty within the week to bolster the bullpen, the Red Sox came out ahead.
Everybody thought that Sauerbeck was going to end up with the Yankees, and the Red Sox beat him to the punch.
Here's Jason Veritek trying to put the Red Sox back in front. 2-2 game, 2 men on, 2 outs. 6th inning. Veritek 0 for 2 and takes ball 1 low. You really can see the effect of this press tech system tonight, Jerry. There's no question about it. You have 2 outstanding pitchers with great control, and for there to be 7 walks between the 2 of them, and it's not like they're throwing it around all over the place here.
That's exactly right, Sean.
Two 2-0 the count, and you can tell it's been irritating to both pitchers from time to time this evening. At the moment for Wells. But Dana DeMuth is doing his job, as he is being asked to do it by the powers that be at Major League Baseball. The 2-0. Check swing and a ball high. 3-0. And Wells wants to know now from Dana DeMuth where that missed.
And he just kind of flips the glove down after him after the questioning where the pitch was. Now, I would let Veritek swing here 3-0.
Jason's at 17 homers this year, 3 shy of his best single season total at 20 in 1999. Stottlemyre and Torrey discussing what might happen should Veritek get on base. He takes apparently all the way and looked at strike one. Miller, the runner at second, Nixon at first. And the 3-1 from Wells. Ball 4, down and in. There's a pitcher who walked 6 the entire season. Entering tonight's game in 134 innings. He's just walked 3 men in a row. And he's walked 5 tonight, almost matching his season total in 5 2/3 innings tonight. Joe Torre takes the ball. And Wells rather placid as he departs. Jesse Orozco will be the new pitcher when we come back.
It's minor league baseball.
At Mallside Discount, there are so many tools and tops to choose from, you won't know where to start. Tools for the do-it-yourself or tools for industrial use. Tools for the most demanding jobs, all at Mallside's deep discount prices. The walls are filled with hand tools and accessories like Black & Decker saw blades, drill bits, and router bits. Mallside Discount also has the area's best selection of tarps in sizes from 5x7 to 50x100. In Newport, Trailside Discount Outlet on Moosehead Trail next to Subway has the same great selection. For quality tools, tops, and ropes at deep discount prices, Mallside Discount Outlet in Bangor and Trailside Discount Outlet in Newport.
Downey's Toyota, the exclusive home of Logan the service dog, and we're also Maine's #1 selling Toyota dealer, both new and used. With over 500 import and domestic vehicles in stock, we have a car, truck, SUV, or van for everyone, and we will beat any advertised price on a new Toyota in Maine. For quality, selection, and service, and the lowest price, Downey's Toyota across from the new Super Walmart on Wilson Street in Brewer. Call us at 1-800-TOYOTAS. Take Logan's advice, check anywhere you wish first, but check us last. Right, Logan?
It has the legendary smooth sportsman ride, the world-renowned Polaris independent rear suspension, and the biggest engine ever lowered into a 4x4. The Sportsman 700 Twin, named ATV of the Year by ATV Magazine. It's the smoothest riding, most powerful 4x4 you can buy.
For all of your Polaris needs, it's Chase Toys in Unity.
Get your spear in. Fans love him. He's a batting champ, a hitting machine. He plays the field, but he owns the plate. When Manny's up, you better keep your eye on the ball, because you know he is. Tuesday, Sox Rangers coverage at 7:30 on NESN.
From opening day until the final pitch, NESN is your home for Boston Red Sox baseball. Now, let's return to the ballpark with Sean and Jerry.
For the 6th. Huge surprise. David Wells walked 3 men in a row, forcing his exit. And here's Jesse Orozco just over to the Yankees from San Diego.
There are the numbers from the Padres. His first appearance as a Yankee. He's held lefties to a .228 batting average this season.
Johnny Damon, already 3 for 3 tonight. Takes a nasty pitch for strike 1. 3 singles for Damon and a run batted in. His single in the 2nd knocked in Bill Miller, with the run that time gave the Red Sox 2-1 lead. The Yankees tied at the top of this inning. Red Sox have never trailed in this one. Blown away. Damon, a great hitter in his career with the bases loaded, a .400 average, 4 grand slams. Roscoe, 46 years old. Jam Damon, who fisted one foul. He's pitched for the Mets, Los Angeles, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Baltimore, St. Louis, Los Angeles again, San Diego, and now the Yankees.
The all-time leader in games pitched with now 1,230.
He struck him out. Well, he can still get that done. At age 46, Red Sox leave them loaded. They've stranded 8. It's still tied at 2 after 6.
Okay, folks, let's get this party started. Call Seattle. Get McGregor on the phone.
Calling him now.
Morning. Good morning.
This is Scott McGregor. I'll be out of the office all day. Please leave a message.
That's not like McGregor.
McGregor's not there? Great.
Excuse me, there's a Mr. McGregor here to see you.
Southwest Airlines last-minute fares. If you're paying more than $149 nonstop to Orlando or Tampa Bay, you're paying too much.
You are now free to move about the country.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more. For your car, Extra Mart offers the brands you know at competitive prices.
Pick up irresistibly delicious, extra nutritious Nesquik in a wide variety of flavors and sizes. Nesquik, milk made fun.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
The world is full of individuals with their own personalities, their own quirks, their own fingerprints. They cannot be put in a box. Why should they drive one? The V6 Nissan Altima.
Manny Ramirez. Gets your spear in. Fans love him. He's a batting champ. A hitting machine. He plays the field, but he owns the plate. When Manny's up, you better keep your eye on the ball, because you know he is. Tuesday, Sox Rangers coverage at 7:30 on NESN.
The ageless Jesse Orozco, 46 years old. Jerry, you know, it's not old, but it's almost as old as you.
What did I say between break? I said he'll probably pitch till he's 70 as long as he get lefties out.
I heard some Red Sox fans scoff this week when the Yankees got him. Wow, are they that desperate? But that was some pretty nasty pitching he just did to Johnny Damon right there. Enrique Wilson, the batter, against Pedro Martinez. Kind of a typical night for Pedro against the Yankees. He's pitched like he usually does. And yet the Red Sox haven't been able to give him enough to have the lead as we head into the late innings. Wilson has walked and grounded out. He takes a change up low, 2-1.
And he's getting also to that stage of the game now. We're talking 103 pitches. So you think probably somewhere between 110, 120 for Pedro.
And this could be the last inning. 103 pitches, 63 strikes. A quick calculation tells me that's 61% strikes.
Oh, you are unbelievable.
Huh? How about that? Syracuse, baby. Go SU. There he is again, that Wilson fellow, collecting a hit against Martinez. He's been on base twice. 6 hits for New York. Tonight after the game.
It's the same name, but a brand new show. NESN Sports Desk has a new look. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. NESN Sports Desk, mornings starting at 5. Now, back to Sean and Jerry.
move into the greater Boston area and watch Nightcast at 10 on UP 38. Soriano bunts. They let it go foul. Interesting.
Little surprising, but he's had a very tough night against Pedro tonight. A couple of strikeouts. An 0 for 3 night going, and Joe Torre trying to move that man into scoring position, take his chances with Jeter and Giambi facing Pedro. Soriano squaring around, pretty good angle with the bat, but it'll just spin into foul territory. By the way, Soriano does not have a sacrifice this season.
You are correct, sir. The 0-1, look out behind him, and on to second goes Wilson. Breaking ball that just slipped out of the hand of Martinez on a relatively human night, as defined by Ed Carroll.
Now that's a huge break for the Yankees. Now they can pretty much forget about getting that man a second with the bunt. It's a curveball that he's trying to throw, and it just slips right out of his hand behind Soriano. Now a little meeting between Soriano and Willie Randolph, as now he's going to try to advance Enrique Wilson to third base.
You think Mr. Steinbrenner thought that was intentional?
If he does, he's the only one in the world.
He was very upset.
Well, he lost 2 of his top players out of the game. You can understand that.
But he was basically in a veiled way criticizing Pedro.
Think he'd like to have Pedro on his team?
Yeah, he would. He was very emotional after that win as well. He was in tears apparently after they rallied to win that game. Bunted foul, even with the runner already at second. Soriano trying to punt again after the wild pitch got Wilson in a scoring position. Yankees have not led the night, but they have the go-ahead run at second. Don Zimmer was shaking his head, and I wonder if Soriano did that on his own. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight. He just did get a piece of that one. He looked real bad in the last at bat when he whiffed on 3 straight curveballs.
Pedro struck him out tonight with a changeup in the 1st inning and a curveball in the 5th inning. He just barely fouled off that curveball.
Red Sox have 2 runs on 7 hits. The Yankees 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error. The Yankees have stranded 6. Boston has left 8. The 1-2 to Soriano, a high riding fastball up and away. And there is action for the first time tonight in the Red Sox bullpen. Mike Timlin and the newly acquired lefty Scott Sauerbeck. Timlin, like many of his, or at least a couple of his colleagues in the bullpen, had a tough day yesterday in the 15-9 loss to Tampa Bay. And Chad Fox in particular roughed up by the Devil Rays. Now Veritek wants to make sure that he and Pedro have the same game plan. 110 pitches for Martinez.
Yeah, you see Sauerbeck out there. You would think he is preparing for Giambi, Bernie the switch hitter, move him to the right side possibly, and then Matsui, the left-handed hitter. And he's followed again by another switch hitter in Posada. So, you know, they get this lineup so they don't stack too many lefties in a row. They pitch those switch hitters in.
The 2-2 to Soriano, fastball just outside. Crowd really letting Dana DeMuth have it now, but that one looked to be outside.
Yeah, there have been others in this game that were certainly closer than that.
He's way outside. Veritek set up outside. This is the 6th full count of the night for Martinez. Three-two pitch. He struck him out for the 3rd time tonight. Nine strikeouts for Pedro.
Now he's got Soriano all messed up tonight. I mean, changeup, fastball, curveball for strikeouts. That's the high fastball.
Yep, count them all up. Pedro's strikeout high this year, 12. That was in a complete game 5-hitter in which he allowed 1 run against Minnesota here at Fenway on May 3rd. A 9-1 Red Sox win. Pedro's only complete game of the season. And that was his first 9-inning complete game since August of 2000. Derek Jeter 0 for 2 with a walk. Trying to deliver Wilson from second with 1 out in the 7th and break this 2-2 tie. Could be the last batter for Martinez with Giambi on deck in the pitch count now at 114. Swing and a fastball for a strike. You can feel the anxiety in the crowd here, and you can tell by what you can't hear. Not quite as raucous as they've been through most of the night now. Most of these fans a little bit on the nervous side, undoubtedly. The 2-1 to Jeter. Ball swung on and missed. Good pitch up and in. Jeter chased it.
Veritek will do this almost all the time with a man on second base. When they get 2 strikes on a hitter, he'll go over what they want to throw. He'll go back, not give a sign. That way there's no chance of the man at second base picking anything up at all.
The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Fastball in the low 90s. Just about where he's been all night long. Had a couple early that were a mile per hour or 2 higher than that.
Steady diet of fastballs in this at bat. 5 fastballs. One of them a cut fastball to Jeter.
Jeter's been a very good hitter with men in scoring position this year at .364. Enrique Wilson, the runner at second. Another 2-2 pitch with Wilson running. It's ball 3 high. No throw from Veritek. I'm not sure he knew that Wilson was going. And Enrique Wilson steals third base with 1 out.
Yeah, no chance at all. He's got the running lead against Pedro. Even if Veritek throws, he's not going to get him. But you're right. I don't think Veritek even realized he was going to third base.
That's the first steal of the year for Wilson. Last stolen base came last September. And now Grady Little brings the infield in. Full count on Jeter with Giambi on deck. The payoff pitch. Ball 4. Another close one, and that just is not going to be a strike tonight. And Pedro now talking and gesturing in at Dana Demuth.
Oh, he's going to get thrown out of the game.
Telling him to knock it off.
Yeah, he's going to be very close to getting thrown out. Look at Pedro. Now he's giving his glove. Pedro made the motion high, low, outside, inside. Took his glove off and handed it to Dana Demuth.
And now Grady Little at the mound. 119 pitches. Giambi coming up. You know, he's had a very tight strike zone, Jerry, but I think he's been remarkably consistent. It might be be the effect of the Quest Tech system.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that, Sean. You're right. He has been.
Every replay we've shown where it's looked like a pitch that could have been called a strike appears to be off the plate.
Those have been strikes for Pedro in the past, not tonight. Now here's Pedro's reaction. High, down, outside, outside, inside, and then takes the glove off and hands it to him. What am I supposed to do? I'm surprised he was not thrown out for that.
Yep. Grady Little talking to Dana Demuth, and he is leaving Pedro in. You're not allowed to argue balls and strikes, so apparently that's not what the conversation with Grady Little was about. I would think if Pedro throws a few fastballs here, they might have that extra mile an hour back.
No, he's
earlier in the game.
Completely frustrated right now.
And you can understand it because, as you said, Jerry, he's used to getting those pitches, but with Quest Tech, with what Major League Baseball wants, Dana DeMuth, I think, has done his job the way his bosses want him to do it. He's enforcing the strike zone, the letter of the law, and not allowing any latitude on the corners or high and low. Here's Giambi. They have a lefty ready in the bullpen, but they'll stick with the 3-time Cy Young Award winner, and Martinez threw a ball. Pedro walked Giambi in the first and struck him out the last 2 times. It's a 2-2 game. This is the best chance the Yankees have had tonight to take the lead. Swing and a miss. .121 pitches. Despite the frustration with the strike zone, that was the first walk Pedro's issued since the 2nd inning. He's walked 4 tonight. Strike zone has caused these 2 starters to throw a lot of pitches tonight, both of them well over 100.
And 2 guys who always have excellent control.
1 and 2. This is a season high pitch count now for Martinez. And this next one might be one of the most important pitches he throws all season long. These folks know it. The 1-2 to Giambi. He struck him out. And he did reach back for a little extra on that fastball to Jason Giambi. 10 strikeouts tonight, 2 in this inning.
Now, he has struck Giambi out 3 times tonight on fastballs. And you're right, Sean, a little extra that time. 94-95 with that fastball for the strikeout. Now the Red Sox have to be very careful here. You get Bernie at the plate, but always the chance of the attempted double steal with the 2 outs. Especially if Bernie falls behind in the count.
Williams has had a good night. Singled in the first, singled leading off the 6th, and scored the tying run. He had 2 little rollers that went through into right field in the 6th. Very few well-hit balls tonight against Martinez. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for Williams.
Well, Pedro knows this is it for him, and he's reaching back for everything he's got right now.
Grady Little deciding to stay with his ace. With the newly acquired Sauerbeck, acquired to be in situations like this. Ready in the bullpen, close in the ball, 1-1. Inside again. The attendance here tonight, 34,873. They've seen a typical dandy between the Red Sox and the Yankees. And still a long way to go in this one. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. In a 2-2 game, the 2-1 pitch to Williams popped out of play to the left.
Look out now for the double steal.
And the crowd hushed in their collective anxiety a moment ago. On their feet, making plenty of noise and trying to help Martinez get out of this inning. If he could strike out Williams, they would have struck out the side in this inning with the hit and the walk mixed in. Twos everywhere you look, Jerry. 2-2 the score, 2 outs, 2-2 the count, 2 men on. And Martinez taking plenty of time preparing for this very big pitch. Line to right a hit. He hung a breaking ball and Williams didn't miss it. Wilson scores. The Yankees take a 3-2 lead. So many fastballs in this inning, Jerry, and then the breaking ball that just didn't have much bite.
You're exactly right, Sean. I mean, he was reaching back for something extra on every one of those fastballs. He decides to throw the breaking ball. It stays out over the plate, and Bernie Williams with the big 2-out base hit. Watch Pedro as he leaves the mound and see if there's any interaction with that home plate umpire. Just a peek.
And a standing ovation from the appreciative fans. We'll watch Pedro throw 128 pitches tonight. Certainly another night during which he pitched well enough against the Yankees, but not very well supported by his teammates against David Wells. Scott Sauerbeck, the new pitcher, when we come back.
Well, that about wraps it up. Any questions? You've been awfully quiet, Bob. Bob?
Thirsty for a cold drink? Try the one-of-a-kind taste of Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee.
Bob?
The secret's out. Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and try an iced coffee combo with one of our sweet, moist scones, including new cinnamon apple. Just the thing.
Kennedy! Where's Kennedy?
Here.
You sold my wife a Caravan yesterday.
It is the summer sales drive.
With low financing and the warranty?
Yeah.
Can I get the same on a Hemi Ram?
Now get 0% financing for 60 months or a $2,500 cash allowance on our best products like Dodge Ram 1500. Plus, get our 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Let us prove we got the best values in America. See your Dodge dealer today.
Manny Ramirez. Pitchers fear him. Fans love him. He's a batting champ. A hitting machine. He plays the field, but he owns the plate. When Manny's up, you better keep your eye on the ball, because you know he is. Tuesday, Sox Rangers coverage at 7:30 on NESN.
The Red Sox have done it again tonight.
Spins and fires and gets it. Holds this towards deep right center field.
He dives and makes the catch. Buxton wins. Ready to go, and his first pitch to Hideki Matsui is a strike.
Sauerbeck's second appearance with the Red Sox. He worked a Wednesday against Tampa Bay. An inning in that game, had a walk and a strikeout.
Matsui 0 for 3 tonight. He takes a ball low and away. Matsui has grounded out twice, robbed of a hit on a nice play by Garcia Parra in the first. He struck out in the 6th. Martinez out after 6 2/3 innings, 128 pitches. So far responsible for 3 earned runs on 7 hits, 4 walks. He struck out 10. Matsui waved at that sweeper from Sauerbeck. Sauerbeck, a 31-year-old veteran, 5th Major League season. His entire career in the big leagues with Pittsburgh prior to coming to the Red Sox 3 days ago. With pitcher Mike Gonzalez for Brandon Lyon. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Matsui strikes out to end the inning, but the Yankees get the go-ahead run. And Pedro Martinez and the Red Sox on the short end of a 3-2 score at the 7th inning stretch.
These everyday low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
No matter how great the problems, skill and hard work make the difference. Hamill, Waxler, Allen, and Collins. Personal injury law.
The world is full of individuals with their own personalities, their own quirks, their own fingerprints. They cannot be put in a box. Why should they drive one? The V6 Nissan Altima.
Don Orsillo, Nesson Red Sox play-by-play. Jerry Remy, Nesson Red Sox color commentary. New England's Red Sox broadcast team on Nesson. We've got your Sox covered.
7th inning stretch for the 5th largest crowd of the season here at Fenway Park. The Yankees lead for the first time tonight, 3-2. Jesse Orozco still on the mound. He came in to strike out Johnny Damon with the bases loaded last inning. And preserve the tie for the Yankees. Likely to face just the one batter Walker here in the 7th, with right-handed hitters Garcia, Parra, Ramirez, and Millard due to follow, and right-hander Armando Benitez warming up in the Yankee bullpen.
Well, we'll get a good look tonight on how this Yankee bullpen, if it's improved or not, because we're going to see them all in this game. Orozco just coming over. We're going to see Benitez in this game trying to get to Rivera.
Two former Mets, Orozco and Benitez, now working for the crosstown Yankees. 2-0 the count on Todd Walker, 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. David Wells allowed 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings. He gave up 7 hits and 5 walks. He wasn't all that thrilled with the Questec influenced strike zone of Dana DeMuth either. Wells struck out 3. A pop-up, shallow center. A long way to go for Jeter and Williams, and it's Jeter making the running basket catch. Excuse me, Williams making the running basket catch, and that will in fact be the end for Orozco, with Joe Torre on his way to the mound. A successful Yankee debut for Jesse Orozco. Armando Benitez, the new pitcher, when we come back.
And now with a late-breaking story, here's Suzanne.
Thanks, Tom. As the volcano continues to erupt, we take you live to correspondent John Ryland, who's at the scene. John, what's the situation?
Suzanne, as you can see behind me, the lava is covering an area of about 2 square miles. It's a bad situation, but I do have good news.
What's that, John?
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Whatever happened to the house call? The doctor would show up at the front door and treat the patient right there at home. Who does that anymore? Well, SBC does.
Won't be long.
Only our black bag is a yellow laptop. They may not be doctors, but they do make house calls.
Phone?
I have good news.
The customer. That's who we answer to. SBC.
When I used to throw my fastball, I used to hold it across the seams and really make it hop.
Is that your out pitch?
Well, my curveball, I held my fingers close together and really snapped it, make a big breaking ball.
Was that your out pitch?
Now, my slider, that was quick and hard.
Well, was that your out pitch?
Yeah.
Let's see it then.
Come into Sullivan Tire today for quality Goodyear tires and great auto service. We can handle any curves the roads may throw you.
Manny Ramirez, pitcher.
Well, the job done by Jesse Orozco. A big strikeout with the bases loaded. Gets Walker to fly out, and now Armando Benitez on for the fourth time as a member of the Yankees. 3 2/3 innings, a couple of hits, no runs, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Of course, just a big move for the Yankees coming over for the Mets, where he had 21 saves and was named to the All-Star team.
That was one of those every team had to be represented All-Star selections. Benitez booed mercilessly at home at Shea Stadium through much of the year, particularly early when he struggled, and the Mets were a major disappointment. His first pitch, a ball to Nomar Garcia-Parra. Nomar walked and scored in the first. Since then, he's grounded to third and flied to center. Fouled off the end of the bat. 1-1. Manny Ramirez to follow. Roscoe pitched 2/3 of an inning, struck out 1. Benitez, a closer with the Mets. But the Yankees need setup help. They're hoping he can provide it. He's 30 years old, from the Dominican Republic, a big guy, 6'4", 229 pounds. He set the Mets record for saves in a season last year with 43. Hit on the ground to short. Jeter with a routine play. 2 out.
It's the same name, but a brand new show. NESN Sports Desk has a new look. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. NESN Sports Desk, mornings starting at 5. Now, back to Sean and Jerry.
Busy night. Manny Ramirez with 2 outs and the bases empty in the 7th. New York leading 3-2. Fouled away. Manny has doubled and singled and struck out. He drove in a run with his double off the center field wall back in the first inning. Fouled back.
97 miles an hour with that fastball of Manny.
He's starting to get loose.
Yeah, he's always been a hard thrower, right from day one in the big leagues. Throughout his major league career, Benitez has held opponents to 188 batting average. That's in 10 major league seasons.
That's pretty good. All of his action with Baltimore and the Mets prior to this year. Ramirez takes the ball high. Benitez, a rancher in his native Dominican Republic in the offseason. He has a 1,000-acre ranch right next to his former teammate Pedro Estacio. Armando has 100 cows and 50 horses on his ranch. One-two pitch miss.
Unbelievable the stuff he's got today.
Yep.
So you give you 6 days
to
to
prepare for a game. I'll go down and count those cows for you, Jerry. For several weeks, it had been reported the Red Sox have been talking to the Mets about the possibility of acquiring Benitez. Towering fly, but it should be caught and is by Williams. A 1-2-3 inning after 7, 3-2 Yankees.
Nothing has changed. Everything has changed. The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
Rich, frosty, delicious coffee culotta from Dunkin' Donuts. Who wouldn't want one? Stop by for a cold, refreshing Dunkin' Donuts coffee culotta. To keep cool this summer, our frozen drink is just the thing.
The tying run in scoring position. The winning run at the plate in Garcia-Parra. The 3-2 pitch. Nomai sends it to center field. Palmeiro heading back. Still going. It is up and off the wall. Jackson will come around and score from second base. Nomai still running for third with a triple. And the Red Sox have tied it 3-3.
The game's not over yet.
The Red Sox have tied it up again tonight. The Red Sox have done it again tonight.
Spins and fires and gets it. Holds this towards deep right center field.
He dives and makes the catch. Boston wins. Is it a monster shot? Yes, it is. Way struck him out. How about that? Makes it look easy, doesn't it? It is fair and it is gone. Red Sox win it. Ball is gone.
After the ball game, the action is just beginning. Stay with Nesson for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings. 4 terrific studio analysts, including Sam Horn, Jim Rice, Dennis Eckersley, and Bob Tewksbury. We'll have analysis, highlights, player and manager reaction, and much more. It's W.B. Mason's Extra Innings right after the ball game, only on Nesson. Now, back to the game. Here's Sean and Jerry.
Lead into the 8th. They'll face the third Red Sox pitcher of the night, Mike Timlin.
44th appearance of the season for Timlin. He worked in the game yesterday against Tampa Bay, an inning and 2/3 in that game. He allowed 5 hits and 3 earned runs. He did have a strikeout. 44 appearances is the most on the Red Sox pitching staff.
Scott Sauerbeck retired, the only batter he faced. Timlin greeted by the switch-hitting Jorge Posada. He's had a 2-for-3 night tonight. Timlin's first pitch, a strike. Posada homered in the Red Sox bullpen leading off the second. That's the only home run in this game. And he singled to right in the 6th. Both hits against Pedro Martinez. Now to play to the left. Pedro's final line, 6 2/3 innings. He allowed 3 runs, all earned on 7 hits. Walked 4 and struck out 10. Threw a wild pitch, allowed a homer. He threw 128 pitches. His most in an outing since July 23rd of 2000, when he threw 131 in a complete game 1-0 shutout of the Chicago White Sox. A 6-hit, no-walk, 15 strikeout game on that July day 3 years ago.
Sean, when you have 2 pitchers that started this game, David Wells, the best in the American League at fewest walks per 9 innings, Pedro 9th in the league, and you have both those guys walk as many as they did tonight, that's a small strike zone.
Yes, it is, and it clearly was. 9 strikeouts combined between 2 of the best control pitchers in baseball. And apparently that's what baseball wants, Jerry. Calling it as the rule book tells them to.
I don't necessarily agree. There was a time when you knew what each individual's umpire's strike zone was. You hoped that he was consistent with it, and you adapted to it.
Right. So you think it's okay if each guy had his strike zone, as we talked about?
I do. I don't think this plate needs to get smaller in the way offense is in baseball today.
It does seem counterproductive to say you want more strikes called, you want to speed up games, but then go to this Questek thing that seems to make the umpires afraid to call strikes. Posada strikes out. The first strikeout of the night for Timlin.
Posada, when he puts the bat on the ball, has had a good night. He's had the home run and then, of course, a base hit in the 6th inning. The other 2 at bat strikeouts. A curveball from Pedro back in the 3rd, and that fastball from Timlin.
And yet, for all the complaining about the tight strike zone night, there have been 16 strikeouts in this game.
Also, a couple of pretty good sounding pitches in this game, too.
Indeed. Nick Johnson 1 for 3. Second inning single. He drove in a run with a ground out in the 6th. That was the run that tied the game. Swing and a miss for strike 1 on Johnson. Raul Mondesi scheduled to follow. Both bullpens quiet as Timlin pitches in the top of the 8th. Johnson slapped it to short. Garcia Parra threw him out.
Well, we got a chance, Sean. I'd like to say got a couple of guests in the booth. Tracy Peterson and Rick Gagney from Maine joining us tonight. They are contest winners on the RemyReport.com.
There they are.
June and July, we draw names out of the hat. They won. They get to see the game tonight and have a free dinner at Chow Bella after the ball game.
Really?
Yes.
On you? What a rarity that is. Do they know just how unusual that is?
Actually, in partnership with Chow Bella.
What time does Chow Bella stay open till?
I don't know.
As long as they want, apparently.
I think they got a 10 o'clock reservation, but I think they'd rather watch the game.
Yep. Mondesi 0 for 3 tonight. You have to have the veal chop, right?
That's what I would go for.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about this late at night, but...
Oh, you'd still fire one down. One pitch. Slip foul off to the right. Might have been a broken bat. It is right off the end of the bat of Mondesi. One and 2 the count. Timlin a strike away from a 1-2-3 inning. Crowd quiet again with this turn of events. The Red Sox had not trailed all night until the Yankees pushed a run across in the 7th. Bottom of the 8th, Millar, Ortiz, and Miller do up against Benitez. Mondesi hits in the air and left. Ramirez with room just shy of the track. A nice bounce back outing for Timlin after the rough day yesterday. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-2, New York.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more. For your car, Extra Mart offers the brands you know at competitive prices. To protect your lips from the unpredictable spring weather, Extra Mart offers a full line of chapstick products, America's favorite lip balm. With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
New England Subaru all-wheel drive time summer sales event. 0% APR financing on every 2003 Subaru, plus customer cash back. 0% on Baja, plus up to $2,000 cash back. 0% on Legacy and Outback, plus up to $1,250 cash back. 0% on Impreza, plus $750 cash back, including WRX. 0% on Forester, plus up to $750 cash back. During Subaru all-wheel drive time summer sales event.
Why jump when you can fly? Why leave when you can make an exit? Why slip when you can slide? Why just drive? when you can change the way you move through the world. The V6 Nissan Altima.
Three to 2 Yankees. Every game head-to-head obviously means a 2-game swing in the standings. Red Sox 2.5 games behind the first place Yankees in the American League East as this 3-game weekend series begins. Red Sox twice had a 1-run lead. The Yankees have battled back to take a 1-run lead of their own. Kevin Millar begins the 8th against Armando Benitez with a big swing and a miss. 0 for 3 tonight for Millar. David Ortiz on deck, and then Bill Miller. And Mariano Rivera, their closer, is starting to warm up. Well, it's possible Joe Torre could go to him here in the 8th inning. Benitez held on to that one a bit too long. 1-1. There's Rivera just doing some leisurely tossing at the moment. Benitez faced 2 batters and retired them both. Garcia Parra and Ramirez last inning. Millar tried to pull a pitch low and away and chopped it foul past the Yankee dugout.
So many questions about Benitez. There are those who think that he'll melt in the pressure of being at Yankee Stadium in a pennant race, but he's pitched in New York for the Mets. Had a very tough start to the season, then settled down.
He pitched in some very important games over the years for the Mets. Ooh, Dana DeMuth might have blocked. Looked like he was starting to call that one strike 3 and didn't finish the punch out. And Millar's grateful for the second chance. Benitez stepped off just as he was about to begin his delivery. Millar stepped out of the batter's box. The 2-2. He struck him out. 95-mile-per-hour fastball, well located, low and away.
It's the same name, but a brand new show. NESN Sports Desk has a new look. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. NESN Sports Desk, mornings starting at 5. Now, back to Sean and Jerry.
David Ortiz 0 for 3. Grounded out twice, and he had a smash to first that was caught on a nice play by Nick Johnson in the 4th inning. Low and away. 2-0. A hit. Mondesi over to play it in the corner. He had a long way to run for it, but he has a terrific arm. Ortiz not particularly fast, and he wasn't going to try to stretch that into a double. Ortiz will be lifted for Damian Jackson as a pinch runner.
Ortiz gets out in front of that fastball from Benitez, and for a lot of guys this would be a double, but for Ortiz a single. You're not going to challenge the arm of Raul Mondesi. Red Sox get that pinch runner in there as Ortiz leads with a 1 for 4 night.
And there's Damian Jackson. The tying run at first with 1 out. Go ahead run at the plate. A hit by Ortiz. The first yielded by Benitez. Red Sox 8th night. Breaking ball in the dirt for a ball to Miller. He's had a typical night. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Flied out in the 4th. Walked in the 6th.
Well, if Jackson wants to run, it looks like he can get a good jump on Benitez. 12 steals on the season.
And he runs with a good jump. Posada from his knees did not get him.
A lot of late inning pitches, closes in particular, and of course Benitez was that with the Mets. Don't really concentrate that much on base runners. A lot of them have the high leg kick, their power pitches. See Posada throwing from his knees, trying to quicken things up, but Jackson in with an easy steal.
It's a strange throw because it looked like he'd actually started up out of the crouch and then fallen back onto his knees. Now a base hit could well tie up the ball game. The count in Miller's favor, 2-0, and a pop-up. Wilson, the third baseman, on the outfield grass. 2 outs. Jackson still at second. And the Red Sox with a very hot hitter coming up in Trot Nixon.
No lefty warming in the bullpen for Joe Torre. It's Benitez against Nixon. Or Rivera against Nixon. I'm sure they were checking the numbers down there on what both guys have done against Trot Nixon in their career.
Red Sox tonight 1 for 8 with men in scoring position.
Oh for 2 for Trot Nixon against Benitez with 2 strikeouts.
First pitch, a ball. Trot singled in the second, walked in the 6th. Fly to center in the 4th. Trot is 6 for his last 10. Benitez spun toward second. Neither Jeter nor Soriano anywhere near the bag.
Now 2 outs. The middle infielders are playing pretty deep. They've got to try to knock down any ground ball that's hit. Try to keep that runner from scoring from second base on a ground ball.
3-2 Yankees, 8th inning. 2 outs. The pinch runner Jackson at second, representing the tying run. The 1-0 from Benitez to Nixon. Boxed by Posada, and it goes to the backstop. And on to third goes Jackson. It looked like a cross-up the way Posada went after it.
Certainly did, Sean. It looked like Posada was expecting something off speed from Benitez. Instead, he got the fastball and really got handcuffed.
And now Joe Torre is going to the mound as you look at the replay, almost right off the wrist, right off the heel of that catcher's mitt, and the pass ball for Posada.
And he's lucky he got it on that heel of the catcher's mitt, or that might have broke his wrist.
You wonder, will Torre go to Rivera right here?
Well, Rivera is 3 for 7. I should say Nixon is 3 for 7 in his career against the Rivera. It looks like Ugano, you know, the threat of the possible wild pitch from Benitez, and that run would score from third base.
So with the count 2-0, Benitez departs. Tying run at third for the Red Sox. Rivera on for the Yankees when we come back.
Number 8.
First audition?
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Hey, introducing Dunkin' Donuts' refreshing new lemonade Coolada.
Number 9.
Made with real lemon juice, it's ice cold and thirst quenching.
Good luck. Thanks.
So when things heat up, it's just the thing. Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and try our new refreshing lemonade Coolada. To quench your thirst, this delicious frozen drink is just the thing.
Whatever happened to the house call? The doctor would show up at the front door and treat the patient right there at home. Who does that anymore? Well, SBC does.
Won't be long.
Only our black bag is a yellow laptop. They may not be doctors, but they do make house calls.
Phone?
I have good news.
The customer. That's who we answer to. SBC.
tying run in scoring position. The winning run at the plate in Garcia Parra. The 3-2 pitch. Nomai sends it to center field. Palmeiro heading back. Still going. It is up and off the wall. Jackson will come around and score from second base. Nomai still running for third with a triple. And the Red Sox have tied it 3-3.
The game's not over yet.
The Red Sox have tied it up again tonight.
Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy, Dan Roach back at Fenway Park. Bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs. The Red Sox the tying run at third. A 2-0 count on Trot Nixon. And Joe Torre has taken the ball from Armando Benitez and handed it to Mariano Rivera.
You see the numbers for Rivera, 19 saves in 20 opportunities. I think one of the reasons Joe made this move is because Benitez is more likely with the man at third base to throw a wild pitch, a ball in the dirt, than certainly Rivera.
And if Joe was worried about the home run that all of a sudden would have his team behind, you saw the numbers there for Rivera. He's given up just 1 home run this year in 40 in the 3rd inning. Think back recently, Jerry, in Red Sox-Yankee encounters. Trot Nixon's had a lot of clutch hits, including some memorable home runs, particularly against Roger Clemens.
Yeah. Red Sox have had flashes of good times, too, against Rivera.
That memorable smash by Manny Ramirez right between his legs to win a ball game here comes quickly to mind. Franchise record 262 career saves for Rivera. Missed the first 25 games of the season. He inherits a 2-0 count. If Nixon walked, that would be charged to Benitez. First one from Rivera. Inside. Ball 3. Veritek on deck. And if Rivera thought he was going to get that one called a strike, he has not been watching very closely from the bullpen. That one is right down the middle. 3-1. Ball 4. He said charge the walk to Benitez. The 6th walk thrown by Yankee pitchers tonight. Red Sox pitchers have walked 4 Yankees.
What's interesting about this, Sean, is you've got a setup guy that throws harder than your closer does. Very unusual.
Benitez now just an interested onlooker. And Rivera will pitch next to Jason Veritek. Jason 3 for 9 in his career against Rivera without a home run. Veritek tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first. And a half-hearted swing that he tried to abort for strike 1.
Pretty basic with Rivera. I mean, you're going to see cut fastball after cut fastball.
He has been a dominant relief pitcher. And a major factor in the Yankees' run of success over these last 7 years. And he has the count in his favor as Veritek rolled one to the Red Sox dugout.
Now the Red Sox with the possibility of the double steal with 2 strikes, 2 outs. They do have speed where they need it, and that's at third base.
The 0-2 pitch. Little lob, shallow center, base hit. Jackson scores the tying run. Nixon on to third. A huge hit by Veritek on a mistake on an 0-2 pitch from Rivera.
Now once again the cut fastball from Rivera and jammed Veritek just Belichick was expecting that cut fastball inside. He got the pitch and lifted it over the head of Jeter for the game-tying base hit. All Red Sox runs coming tonight on 2-out base hits.
Now a chance for the lead, and Johnny Damon takes a pitch, called the ball. He's already at 3 hits tonight. And when he came up with a chance for his 4th, he struck out with the bases loaded to end the 6th inning against Jesse Orozco. Close and another ball. 2-0. Nixon the go-ahead run at 3rd. Varitek at 1st. Rivera's 2-0 to Damon. Here's a strike. Great anticipation for this series and this game, and the game has lived up to the advance hype. Damon fouls one off. Torrey made the decision to go to his closer Rivera in the 8th inning. With Benitez on the mound. It's almost as if Posada's mistake got Benitez out of the game. And Posada boxed the pass ball that sent Jackson on to 3rd. Crowd trying to help Damon. 2-2 pitch. He struck him out. Cut fastball, foul tipped into the middle of Posada to end the inning, but the Red Sox get the equalizer. It's 3-3 after 8.
And now with a late-breaking story, here's Suzanne.
Thanks, Tom. As the volcano continues to erupt, we take you live to correspondent John Ryland, who's at the scene. John, what's the situation?
Suzanne, as you can see behind me, the lava is covering an area of about 2 square miles. It's a bad situation, but I do have good news.
What's that, John?
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hi. Hi, Amy.
It's not her birthday.
Hi, Amy. Hi.
It's not her graduation.
Hi, Amy.
In fact, it's not any special occasion at all.
Amy.
It's Tuesday night at Friendly's, where a thick shake, amazing cone, or legendary sundae is waiting with your name on it.
Here you go, Amy.
You and me and Friendly's.
Back and forth here at Fenway. Twice the Red Sox had a 1-run lead. The Yankees rallied for a 1-run lead of their own, and now the Red Sox have tied it. Red Sox and Ford now provide a free shuttle bus operated by Paul Revere to Fenway Park from Northeastern University. Buses depart every 10 minutes, beginning 90 minutes before game time, and the buses return to the station at Northeastern up to 1 hour after the game. More information, visit redsox.com. Well, a 3-3 game as we go to the 9th, and Grady Little is determined to keep it that way as he hands the ball off to his best reliever, usually the closer, into the tie game tonight against the Yankees, Young-Hyun Kim.
19th appearance for Kim. You see the 5 saves, a record of 3-2. His last outing was Wednesday against Tampa Bay when he worked an inning, getting a strikeout in that ball game.
He follows Mike Timlin, who pitched a strong 8th inning. A 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. Here's Enrique Wilson, the number 9 hitter, who'll celebrate his 30th birthday tomorrow. Kim's first pitch is a knee-high strike. Wilson has walked, grounded out. He singled to open the 7th and scored the run that gave the Yankees their first and only lead of the night. Top of the order, Soriano, and then Jeter to follow Wilson. Hit hard, a base hit. This guy is a pest. Reminds you of that Luis Sojo, doesn't he? Just kind of
sure does.
slapping the ball all over the place.
Enrique Wilson in the lineup because of his success against Pedro Martinez. He had a walk and a base hit against Pedro, and now an all-important base hit to lead off the top of the ninth. Out of the ninth spot, he's on base 3 times tonight.
Yep, happy birthday, Enrique. Soriano, Joe Torre had him bunting when Wilson reached to open the 7th inning in a tie game. He hasn't bunt again. He bunts foul.
He had not been successful at it either.
Still no sacrifices all year long. Soriano's had a tough night. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Soriano has just 6 sacrifices as a major leaguer. The runner goes, the swing and a miss, the throw, not in time. Second stolen base of the night for Wilson. He swiped 3rd back in the 7th inning. These are his first 2 steals of the year.
And again, that stolen base on Kim. Again, another guy that takes a long time getting rid of the baseball. It takes Kim a long time to uncoil with that submarine style delivery. And an excellent jump at first base by Wilson. So Todd Walker there trying to drop a knee and block second base, but Wilson able to get the hand in.
Now the go-ahead run back in scoring position for New York with nobody out. And Soriano managed to get that to the right side, even though Kim tied him up. And the go-ahead run at 3rd, and the Red Sox have to bring the infield back in.
I don't know if that was intentional by Soriano, but certainly he got the job done by making contact.
Number 2.
The fastball just right in on the hands of Soriano, and still moves the ball to second base to advance Enrique Wilson. Wasn't pretty, but he got the job done.
Infield in. The Yankees just 1 for 10 tonight with men in scoring position. Here's Derek Jeter. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Close, but a ball. Three runs, 9 hits for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Yankees. Up and away, 2-0 with Jason Giambi to follow.
That's everybody familiar with the history of Young Kim and the New York Yankees. And Kim was with the Arizona Ball Club.
Some memorable difficulties yielding late game long balls in the World Series, but his Diamondbacks came back to win that 7-game World Series. 2 balls and a strike now. Pitch over the outside part of the plate at the knees. Now the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air in center. Damon drifts back to make the catch. Here comes Wilson. No chance for Damon to throw him out, and the Yankees lead again 4-3. Sacrifice fly for Jeter. And his 30th run batted in of the season.
That's all you really have to do with that man at third base. Try to make contact somewhere, and if you get on the ground, you get a chance to play contact. If you get it in the air, you got the sacrifice fly, and Jeter hanging tough on that outside pitch, outside slider it looked like, and gets to the center field for the base hit. And here comes the best of the night Enrique Wilson scoring the go-ahead run.
He sure is. They scored 2 of their 4 runs. Really a typical Yankee inning, Jerry, and hit that pitch, Giambi. Veritek escorts him down the line. I wonder if there might be any lingering problem from the game Pedro pitched against him in early July. Hasn't been anything close to a problem to this point tonight.
No, and that doesn't make any sense there at this stage of the ball game. 1-run game in the 9th inning.
Center fielder, number 51, Bernie Williams.
Giambi takes a little peek out toward Kim, but makes his way down to first base.
He'd struck out in his previous 3 at-bats. The Red Sox have Walker, Garcia, Parra, and Ramirez due up against Rivera in the bottom of the 9th. Williams slashes one foul and out of play. The other star of their offense tonight. Other than Williams, Posada, and Wilson, who have done the bulk of the damage. Strike 0-2. 3 for 4 for Bernie, 3 singles, a run scored, and an RBI. And another problem for Kim against the Yankees. Jerry alluded to the World Series in 2001 when Kim was within an out of recording saves on consecutive nights during the World Series in Yankee Stadium, only to fall victim to a 2-run homer in each game that eventually led to a pair of Diamondback losses. Serve to left. Manny doesn't have far to come in to make the catch, and that ends the inning. The Yankees manufacture the go-ahead run. They lead 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 9th.
Ever wonder what it would be like to spend the day at Fenway Park in Nesson? Here's your chance with the Extra Mark Hitting for the Cycle Sweepstakes. Enter at Extra Mark. You could win the Nesson All-Access Pass. On August 27th, tour Fenway Park in the Nesson Studios. Watch batting practice. Meet Nesson broadcasters Don and Jerry. See the Sox battle the Blue Jays. And after the game, watch Nesson's post-game show live in studio. Enter at any one of over 150 convenient Extra Mark locations for your chance to win.
The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
Watch NewEnglandPGA.com Sunday nights at 7:30 and Tuesday evenings at 5:30 exclusively on Nesson. This week we'll get great instruction from New England PGA members, plus golf tips from the Stowe Acres Golf School. We'll visit the Woodstock Inn, the Queechee Club, the Bethel Inn, Granite Links Golf Club, and we'll get a first-hand look at one of the newest private courses in New England, the breathtaking Lake Winnipesaukee Golf Club in New Hampshire. NewEnglandPGA.com Sunday nights at 7:30, Tuesdays at 5:30 exclusively on Nesson.
Well, twice the Red Sox had a 1-run lead. Only to see the Yankees come back to tie it and eventually take a 1-run lead of their own, which the Red Sox tied up at 3 with that run in the bottom of the 8th. But the Yankees a run in the 9th, take a 4-3 lead. As we head to the bottom of the 9th, we remind you, friends, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Boston Red Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. In addition, the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Todd Walker opens the bottom of the 9th against Mariano Rivera. Walker 0 for 3 with a walk. Slide out twice and grounded into a double play. Rivera hits the outside corner, strike one. Rivera in position for a win after he blew the save last inning. Walker, Garcia, Parra, and Ramirez. The Red Sox have the right part of the batting order coming up. Chop foul over the head of Garcia Parra in the on-deck circle. Walker in the 0-2 hole. And all the way to the backstop. Had some folks ducking back there.
That's what you call wasting an 0-2 pitch.
Johnson very close to the line at first base. Walker shoots it the other way, following the Yankee dugout, and hit pretty well, and that gets the hand from the Red Sox fans. Another 1-2 from Rivera. And a liner foul over near Canvas Alley. They give Walker a little room in right center with the center fielder Williams shading left. Just did get a piece of that one to stay alive. Still 1-2. Garcia Parra on deck. Rivera's now thrown 17 pitches and 12 of them have been strikes. And there's a ball. 2-2. Rivera, 33 years old, a Panamanian. His 2-2 to Walker is grounded foul. And Johnson still right on top of that first base line.
Those years the Yankees winning World Series, there were many that thought that that guy, Mariano Rivera, was the most valuable player on that Yankee club. 2-inning saves. It was just about lights out.
I'm wondering why the fans were booing. Mondesi retrieved that foul ball and just rolled it to the attendant rather than flip it into the stands. Little pop-up. Shallow right center. Soriano's under it and has it for the out. The ninth pitch of the at-bat to Walker before he finally succumbed.
Once again, it's that cut fastball up and in on Todd Walker. And it looks like it's going to be right over the heart of the plate at the last minute. It cuts in right on the hands, and the results to pop up.
Garcia Parra with excellent numbers against Rivera. 5 for 11 in his career against Mariano. Tonight, Nomar's 0 for 3. He walked and scored back in the first inning. Check swing and a pitch up and in. Garcia Parra, then Ramirez. 4-3 New York in the ninth. One out, the base is empty. A strike on the inside corner. Fouled over the roof on the right. 1-2. A couple of quick finals in the American League tonight. Toronto beat Baltimore 5-3. They're trying to hold off the Orioles in the race for third place at the moment in the American League East. They're now 3.5 games ahead of Baltimore. Out of play to the right. Kansas City beats Detroit 8-3. The Royals started the night with a 4-game lead. And they'll have at least that big a margin when they go back to work tomorrow in the AL Central. Chicago's playing Tampa Bay right now. Hit in the air. High in deep in left center. And off the end of the scoreboard, Garciaparra into second with a stand-up double. The tying run at second base. And the Red Sox have the winning run coming to the plate in the person of Manny Ramirez.
And Nomar kept fouling off some pitches. He finally gets that cut fastball right out over the plate, and the line drive off the scoreboard. I think Rivera wanted to go inside against Nomar, left it out over the plate, and a good pitch for Nomar to hit.
Now Manny Ramirez is 3 for 24 in his career against Rivera. The Red Sox fans certainly remember his game-winning 2-run 2-out single off Rivera in the bottom of the 10th inning on April 13th, 2001. One of the very first games from Ramirez with the Red Sox. That gave the Red Sox a 3-2 win over the Yankees. 2 for 4 tonight for Manny. He doubled to drive in Garciaparra in the first. He singled off the wall and left in the third. He struck out and fly to center since. Ball one outside.
Well, if the whole weekend is going to be like this game tonight, Sean, there's going to be a lot of tired people by the time Sunday night rolls around.
1-0 pitch outside. Interesting here, Jerry. They do have first base open. They can afford to pitch carefully to Ramirez, although you don't like to put the go-ahead run, the winning run in this case, on base.
And the numbers have been strongly in the favor of Rivera in these matchups.
Healthy swing and a foul tip into the middle of Posada as Rivera came inside for the first time in this at bat. 2 balls a strike. Kevin Millar on deck. Outside, ball 3. Four to 3 New York. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Garciaparra at second, representing the tying run. 3-1 on Ramirez. Ball 4 up and away. The winning run is aboard. And Gabe Kapler is going to come out of the dugout to run for Ramirez. There's Kapler. Grady Little trying to give the Red Sox a better chance to win the ball game on a possible hit that a runner could score from first on.
And the other thing too, Sean, on a ground ball, in case of a ground ball, Kapler's got a better chance to get the second and break up a double play than possibly Manny would. But you're right, he's there in case that ball gets in the gap to score that winning run.
Now Millar 2 for 5 in his career against Rivera with 2 extra base hits, a double and a home run. He's 0 for 4 tonight. And he struck out in each of his last 2 at bats. 4-3 New York. Tying run at second. Winning run at first. 1 out. And a strike. Rivera has not been real sharp. 4 of the 6 men he has faced in this outing have reached base. He's given up 2 hits. And 2 men have walked while he's been pitching. One of those walks was not charged to him. He threw the last 2 balls to Nixon after inheriting the 2-0 count from Benitez. Short lead for Garciaparra at second. The ball up and in. Both Soriano and Jeter are close to Garciaparra. Double play depth, and both choking the middle of the infield.
You're exactly right, too, Sean. He has not been sharp. I mean, generally we see Rivera come in a game and strike after strike after strike.
Way inside. Saw Posada pointing at his left shoulder, trying to tell Rivera to keep that shoulder closed in his delivery. Jeremy Giambi has come into the on-deck circle to hit for Damian Jackson. Swing and a foul back. Millar chased a borderline pitch with the count 2-1.
All the cut fastballs have been pretty consistent, 92, 93 miles an hour from Rivera. Garcia Parra at second. The pinch runner Kapler at first. The 2-2 pitch. He struck him out, and a pitch way out of the strike zone. Up and in for the strikeout. Now Millar has a tendency to do this when he has a couple of strikes on him. Chase that high fastball. That ball clearly out of the strike zone, but Millar can't stay off it. And now 2 outs. And this Red Sox Yankee game may well come down to Jeremy Giambi. Mired in a miserable first year with the Red Sox. He's hit just 195, 5 homers, 15 runs batted in. He is 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter, the most frequently called upon pinch hitter this year by Grady Little. First pitch, a ball high. And Giambi has recently come off the milk carton. He's seen very little action. Spent some time on the disabled list. Started on Monday against Detroit, his first start since June 19th. His brother Jason looking on from the Yankee dugout in time requested by Posada. Giambi hitting for Jackson, who ran for Ortiz last inning. That looked like it might have been a swing, but the third base umpire Jerry Lane said no. And it's 2-0 on Giambi. One thing Giambi very seldom will do is chase a bad pitch. He has walked 26 times. One of the reasons they got him, his knack for collecting bases on balls and driving up his on-base percentage. And he has walked 26 times in just 118 at-bats. Rivera confer again. And something's bothered Posada. It's twice now. Last pitch he went halfway out to the mound and say something to Rivera. Then that time all the way out. Jerry, a lot of the fans down on Giambi. It's been a difficult year. And rumors from time to time perhaps he'd even be released. He could change a lot of that negativity around with one swing of the bat right here. Inside. Ball 3-1. Yeah, a big hit against the Yankees has a tendency to make people forget about earlier at bats. Only one other option on the bench, and it's the right-handed hitter Doug Mirabelli. 3-1 pitch. Soft line drive caught by Soriano. That ends the ball game. So the Yankees win this big first game of the 3-game series to take a 3.5 game lead in the American League East. The totals for tonight's game: for New York, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left. The Red Sox, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Boston stranded 12. The winning pitcher, Mariano Rivera, 5-0. BK Kim takes the loss. He's 3-3.
hours and 41 minutes to play the ball game. Jorge Posada hit the game's only home run, his 19th. 34,873 watched it. Friday night.
We can't reverse the curse.